There is one game on Christmas Day that, however, that is a fantastic matchup. The 49ers, a 5.5-point favorite against the Baltimore Ravens with a total of 46.5. 5.5-point favorite over the Ravens. San Francisco is 19-2 straight up, their last 21 at home. Baltimore, 21-3 straight up against NFC opponents.
Yeah.
The last 24 they've played head-to-head. San Francisco's covered 4 of the last 5 at home against the Ravens. Roser, this is your team.
Yep.
It is my team. That line's gone up. It was 4. Now it's 5.5. I take the over. I think this goes over easy. Like, easy. I had the over in our game against the Cardinals. I texted Chris Vernon the Sunday morning. I said, yo, I'm on the over.
Way
in the
over.
49ers and the 49ers-Cardinals game. He said, really? I'm like, dude, both of our starting defensive tackles are out. Like, they're going to run the ball. They're going to have success. It's a division game. But the other side of it is they're not going to be able to stop us from scoring either. And sure enough, the over hit in the third quarter.
Yeah.
I would take the over. As of right now, the 49ers will be without their 2 starting defensive tackles, their number 2 starting corner, and I think someone on the offensive line. But that one's not going to matter as much.
The Ravens have like a pretty good defense.
The Ravens have a really good defense. The Ravens also can run the ball. This is going to be about, if you're the Ravens, long drives, sustained drives. You have to keep the 49ers offense off the field. The more you put the offense on their offense on the field, dude, we will score.
And a healthy enough 49ers offense. Nobody's healthy this time of the year, let's be clear. But Debo, McCaffrey, Ayuk, and Kittle are all good to go.
And Trent.
And Big Trent is out there blocking, probably the best left tackle in the NFL. You're talking about just mismatches everywhere. So, Lane, you're right. This Ravens defense is one of, if not the best defense in the NFL up to this point in the season.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter because you can do so many different things. Just thinking about Debo alone, wide out, he can be slot, you can put him in the backfield, you can put him at bleeping tight end, you could do all of that minus the tight end stuff with McCaffrey. You can move Kittle out wide. They can do so many different things without having to make changes to skill position players. It's a headache to have to deal with as a defense and a defensive coordinator. So like you said, Rosie, you have to keep them off the field as much as humanly possible.
Yeah.
I think that on the flip side of that, the defense for the 49ers has let them down a tad bit this year. But
the Jaguars getting inside the 35-yard line of the Ravens last weekend, like 5 times in the first half and getting no points. Like, the 49ers will not do that. The 49ers last 13 trips to the red zone. They have 12 touchdowns and 1 field goal. Like, they score touchdowns. Now, I will say what I always say. If the 49ers do not turn the ball over, if they do not turn the ball over, the game is played clean, we will beat the living crap out of them because we beat the living crap out of everybody when we do that.
Is there any concern? Let's say something weird happens. They're not able to get touchdowns in the red zone or inside the opponent's 40 or 30. Any concerns about the kicking game? You think Moody is a qualified enough kicker?
The only thing he has to do is kick extra points so far. If he has to kick field goals, do I get concerned? Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. I get concerned about that guy. I get concerned about the kicking, and I get concerned about the secondary. And now I'm concerned about the defensive line. When you don't have your starting 2 defensive tackles, we just had to go sign like 2 guys off of other teams' practice squads this week at defensive tackle. Like, that's how thin we are. So Baltimore can absolutely win this game. Talked way too much about it. Over. Take the over.
CJ, where are you going on it?
I'll take the Ravens. I think that's just too many points. I don't think the Ravens are Cowboys good or Bills good where they are kind of good, but you'd like to see them do a bit more. You can't put a finger on it. I think the Ravens are legit good, and I think 5.5, 6 points is way too many points to give up. I'm with Roser also. I would take the over. So my play would be Ravens plus the points in the over.
I think the Ravens' defense is good enough to win them this game. I still don't trust Lamar 100%, but 5.5 is a lot of points.
Well, 5.5 is a lot of points.
I'll take the Ravens.
But I like the Niners. I like the Niners minus the 5.5. Rose, I'm with what you talked about, them playing the no turnover game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess when you're talking about great teams, and they're a great team right now, that I would expect that to happen. Because if they do turn it over, well, it's not a great game by a great team. So I'm expecting them. I'm expecting a great game, but I think 49ers cover the 5.5. And if the 49, I believe if the Niners do cover the 5.5, that it will go over.
Yeah.
I think if the Ravens cover, maybe it'd be a little lower scoring game.
It's possible. And the other thing too is the Niners. We don't have to win the game to keep home field advantage. Because of the Eagles and the Cowboys taking other losses, we own the tiebreaker over them. We own the tiebreaker over the Lions. The 49ers can take one more loss, beat Washington, beat the Rams, still get home field throughout the NFC playoffs. So there is that to it.
Do they need home field throughout?
Yeah. I mean, you'd like to have it. And for me, it's the bye. It's just getting the bye. It's not about, technically to me, it's not about the home field. It's about having the bye because they've got, like I said, those two starting, Eric Armstead, Javon Hargrave, both out right now dealing with injuries at defensive tackle. Like, if you can just get through this week, then get through these games, then get to that home. If you get home field, then you get the bye week.
Yeah.
And that will help you a ton. Right now, statistically, the 49ers, the third best offense in NFL history.
Wow.
Behind the 2007 Patriots and the 2010 Patriots.